Hello again everyone and welcome back for more DC deck building game. Tonight we are continuing our run of Season 2 Round 3 of the Solo Crisis League. This uses Forever Evil as a base set and Crisis 1 as the Crisis expansion. We also, as an additional threat during this particular round, are shuffling in unused Crisis cards into the top half of the main deck. So 2 Crisis cards from Crisis 1 are shuffled into the top half of this main deck. That means I'm guaranteed to get collapsing parallel worlds, which usually it can go either way. I've had some collapsing parallel worlds that have gone off without a hitch, and I've had other ones that really hurt me. Last night wasn't great on that card. Overall, the night went very well. We crushed Crisis Anti-Monitor at the end with a Man-Bat Serum, but I had a pretty weak deck of those 10 cards. They weren't as powerful as some other decks I've had at that time. So my plan is there's 2 signature trench coats in the game. I'm going to leave one out here the entire time, and I'm not going to get rid of it until Collapsing Parallel Worlds comes up, and then I'll purchase it for that deck. That way, once I have that new deck, I can go about purchasing the destroyed cards that were lost to Collapsing Parallel Worlds. I think that makes sense, and that's what we're doing. So, who are we playing tonight? Another stipulation of this round is that we are not allowed to use Crisis characters. There are 6 available characters you can choose from each round, and for this round, I chose Lex Luthor. So how Lex Luthor works is at the end of your turn, draw an extra card for each hero you bought or gained during the turn. So, how's that going to work? There will be turns where I buy a hero that I might not necessarily want because I can get an extra card next turn. There's going to be turns where there'll be one hero out there, but I'm going to leave it there, and I'll wait for a turn where a second hero joins it so that I can draw 2 cards on my next turn by buying both of them in the same turn. See what I'm saying? So I'm not just going to buy every hero that comes out. I'm going to weigh my options and see when the best time to buy them is, especially if they're a cheap one. If they're like a 2 or 3 cost one, I'll probably leave them out there until I can get 2 or 3 of them built up. That way I can have a really strong hand coming up. That's how we're planning on approaching this. Let's see what actually happens, though. So let's just start off, again, it starts with Arkham Breakout. And when a villain with an attack enters the lineup, treat it as if it were a first appearance attack against all players. Good thing about that is, because we're using Forever Evil, there are a lot of attack cards in here that aren't villains. But because this stipulates a specifically villains, there's absolutely no reason we can't, have those out there without being attacked. It's just the villains that attack. Additionally, we have Ghul, and his ongoing ability is, at the end of your turn, if you did not buy or gain a card from the lineup, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. So if we don't buy one of these 5 cards, or 10, however, it got pretty messy last night, we're going to add 2 cards to the end of our turn. We'll see how that goes too. Usually not so bad. But if we have like a bunch of expensive cards right up front, it's not going to be pretty. So let's just get right into it then. Get our 5 cards out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And right off the bat, we do have an attack card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm obviously not going to have a defense card right off the first turn, but so we're going to have to take it. Attack. Each foe gains a weakness. So we're going to gain a weakness before we even play the game. What else is new, right? All right, so we have a pretty good hand here of 1 punch, vulnerability, and 3 more punches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 power. Let's go ahead. We'll buy a kick and quiver of arrows. Could have gotten flight, but the 2 power kick is going to be more powerful for the first couple turns here. New card coming out. Hey, we can get flight this turn maybe. Maybe 2 flights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 vulnerabilities, so that's going to be 3 power. Enough to get one of those said flights. Boom. Shuffle that deck up. New card coming out. Firestorm, that's pretty early for him. An early Firestorm is usually pretty dangerous. Firestorm kind of eats up some cards, sets them aside for later turns. And additionally, with the aspect of Collapsing Parallel Worlds coming up, it can be pretty ugly if he gets used too much, because you'll lose all of those cards. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How are we doing? We got 1, 2 power. Well, we can at least buy flight and not have to deal with the consequences of Ghul. So there is that. Oh, she has an attack. Strife has an attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each foe reveals his hand and discards cards until each card has with the same name as a card in the lineup. Well, hold on, let's try that again. Each foe reveals his hand and discards each card with the same name as a card in the lineup. Oh, okay. Well, none of these share a name with a card in the lineup, so we're good. Let's use Quiver of Arrows. Choose any number of players. Each of those players reveals the top card of his deck and may discard it. We'll leave Flight there. Well, you know what? We'll discard it. I'm going to discard that. 2, 3, 4 power and a vulnerability. Leaves me with 4 power. We'll get rid of Strife. We'll have a new card come out. Haven't been getting very strong hands yet because I haven't really bought strong cards. That being said, they're not really being offered yet, or at least the ones I can afford. I'm really hoping to get rid of this Crisis and even Ra's al Ghul if possible before moving on to one of these random Crises appearing in this main deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Also need some destruction cards. Get rid of these punches. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. Let's go ahead. We'll buy Power of the Red. Like I've said last night, I'm not a big fan of that card. But in the right circumstances, like very early in the game, it can be pretty beneficial. Same with Magic. Magic is a great card for getting rid of unwanted punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So our plan is to buy Magic this turn. Let's see if that happens. Not going to happen. Reveal the top card. I may discard it. We will discard that weakness. That's for sure. And 1, 2, and 3. Can't afford anything. So we're going to have to buy a kick. And because of Ra's al Ghul, got to put 2 cards out. 2 cards. And it's Collapsing Parallel Worlds. Real early. Really early. That actually could be a very good thing. Collapsing Parallel Worlds coming very early means I could just have like 10 kicks. 10 kicks as your starter deck would be really good because you get 10 every turn minimum. Okay, shuffle that up. We'll get this ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're looking at 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough to buy Magic, which is exactly what I want to contribute to that. I'm just going to put this up here to make it a little easier. We'll put everything to the right of Collapsing Parallel Worlds. That's going to be my deck for that. So in case you missed how that works, each player places all cards he buys or gains from the lineup under this card. We're going to do next just to make our lives easier. Remove this Crisis when there are 10 cards under this card. Then one player destroys his deck and discard pile. The cards under the Crisis becomes his new deck. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 power this turn. Can't afford anything out here, so we will add a kick to this. Then because we didn't buy from the main lineup, we have to add 2 cards. Looks like I'm going to get Signature Trenchcoat anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play Quiver of Arrows. Look at this. I may discard it. I will. Then we'll play Power of the Red to discard these 3 cards and draw 3 cards. There's only 1 here, so I got to shuffle my discard pile. So we're at 0 power, but we're going to draw 3 cards. Shuffle that up. 1, 2, 3. And we end up with 1 power overall. That's enough to buy Emperor Penguin, so we don't have to get hit with Ra's al Ghul's ability. Not a great card, but we'll use Magic on it to get some victory points, probably. That's later, though. You'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would like Royal Flush Gang really badly, and I'd like Signature Trenchcoat very badly. New card comes out. I'd like John Constantine very badly. This is all going my direction. 1, 2, 3, 4 is enough for Signature Trenchcoat. We're up to 4 cards on there. New card coming out. Firestorm, man, these are expensive but great cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 this turn. We'll take a Royal Flush Gang. Gotta shuffle up this. Ooh, steel. Steel. Should probably get a Captain Atom, if only for his gaining cards benefit. Alright. Oops, there's 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's tempting. I could get Firestorm, or I could get John Constantine. I think we should get Captain Atom like we talked about. And since he's a hero, we can draw 6 cards next turn. Next turn being right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That's all my vulnerabilities. So that's 2, 3, 4, and a couple vulnerabilities. 4 only. It's not great. We can at least get Johnny quick, though. What are we up to here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can only get 3 more cards. I have a few up there that I'd like to be one of those 3 cards. Let's see if that works out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play Quiver of Arrows. Look at this card. May discard it. We will. We'll play Power of the Red and discard all 3 of these cards. It's only 2 punches and a weakness. So we're going to discard those, shuffle this up, and draw 3 more cards. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. Well, still got 2 punches. It's not great, obviously. Gonna have to put 2 cards out this turn because I didn't buy any. So we'll put out a bow staff, and we'll put out a Quiver of Arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What's this at? 1, 2, 3 power. We'll put bow staff up here. Now, I think there's a special rule about villains and collapsing parallel worlds. I know Crisis can't be defeated as long as there's villains out here, so I'm not sure if I keep adding to the 10 cards as long as they're villains. We'll check. We'll check when we reach 10. I think there's a rule in the book for that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power total. That's enough to get John Constantine, which is one I really wanted. And what are we at total-wise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more card in there. I don't think we're going to afford Avatar of the Rot ever, though. Now I think about it. I don't think it's even possible. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll play discard 2 cards on Flight and Punch. And then draw 2 cards. Alright, look at the top card. May discard it. We'll discard that. And we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 power. I don't really want any of those. So we'll put a kick in there. 2 cards will come out, and I have to check now on the situation with collapsing parallel worlds and villains. So let's see. Villains that players buy or gain from the lineup are placed under this card instead of destroyed. If one or more villains is in the lineup when the 10th card is placed under this cards continue to be placed under this card until the last villain in the lineup is bought or gained. The last villain goes under the card before a player destroys his deck and discard pile. When you receive the new deck, shuffle the cards. So, we have to get somehow to 7 power in 1 turn, or this is never going to end. This actually just became very dangerous. We could lose because of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 1, 2, 3 power. Alright, we're going to buy Vibe, so we can draw an extra card this next turn. We bought a hero, so we can draw 6 cards because of Lex Luthor. So there's 4 here. Let's hopefully get 2 more cards that are valuable out of this. I mean, if we can get the 2 kicks, that's 4 power right there. Alright, it's going to be pretty tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ugh. Alright, power of the green. Get rid of 1. You know what, let's just get rid of the whole hand. Only 3 power there anyway, and there's nothing for 3 power, so yeah. We're going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 power total. Huh. We could at least buy Giganta. No, we'll buy Steel. We're going to buy Steel with the purpose of trying to get to 7 power on this next turn to get rid of Avatar of the Rot. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and 6 because of Steel. Alright, we can look at the top card of our deck, and we may discard it. So we'll shuffle this up. So now we're playing against the villains. We have to get rid of them as soon as possible. Look at the top. I may discard it. Yeah, we'll discard it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I guess we'll get Giganta. At least she's out of the way. 1 villain down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's a little better. Power of the red, and we'll get rid of these 3 cards to draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty terrible. So 1, 2, 3 power total. We will buy a kick. We're going to have to put 2 cards out because of that. Didn't buy a card from the lineup. That's 1. We'll put a second card here, Bell Rev. Alright, those 2 cards I at least want. So at least there's cards I want out there. We need 7 power. We have to get rid of Avatar of the Rot. If Avatar of the Rot's still there, this game just keeps going. And we could lose just because of that 1 card. That would be terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 power total. What do we have in this hand? We had 1. Yes, we'll do it. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to buy Animal Man because it's a hero, and with that we can draw 6 cards on our next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting those 6 cards is the only way I'm going to get rid of Avatar of the Rot. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? How many vulnerabilities are in my discard pile? 1. So there's still 2 vulnerabilities out there. We're going to discard the whole hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To get 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little better, I guess. Quiver of Arrows, look at the top. I may discard it. Go ahead, discard that. No effect. 2, no effect. 3. So not a little better at all. I guess we'll get another kick, and then 2 cards come out. 1, 2. We are going to fill up this lineup tonight again. Need some cheap heroes. I need some cheap heroes so I can use my ability over and over. I'm trying to think, is it even possible for me to get to 7 in one hand? And I think the only way is if I manage to get a hero and if I get 2 kicks and 3 punches somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. What can we buy for that? We'll buy Power of the Red for that. Don't want it, but gotta buy something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, look at the top card. May discard it. We'll leave it there. If it gives power at this point, we're leaving it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still can't buy a hero. But we'll get Transmutation because there's going to be a few cards in there we don't want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New card has to come out. 2, 3, 4 power total. With that, what's going on up here? We'll buy Flight so we have a defense card in there. I'm like planning out this future deck, which may never happen if we can't get a 7 generating hand out of this. Blight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Power of the red. 1, 2. Just do the whole hand, I think. Yeah. No, we'll keep do the whole hand. 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will get rid of, or earn, I guess, by Bell Rev, because we're going to have villains in that deck without a doubt. New card comes out. Cheap hero, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, we're not buying Gordon. We're going to leave him there. And that's what I was talking about earlier. We're going to try and get a bunch of cheap heroes out there so we can buy a bunch in one turn and then turn this thing around. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a vulnerability. We'll get the Blight out of here. Strife, you gotta go. It's a terrible card anyway. Oh, she has an attack. Each foe reveals his hand and discards cards as shared name of a card in the lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None of these share name of the card in the lineup. So, look at the top card. I may discard it. We will. And then we can discard this Punch and Flight to draw 2 cards. And we got to 1, 2, 3 power total. And that's enough to buy Strife at least. A new card comes out. Man, these locations are coming out nice and early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. Let's buy Central City, I suppose. One, 2, 3, 4. Gotta shuffle this deck. Get a new card out here. Please be. That's an okay cheap hero. I think I've gotten a 6-1 turn though, so that's gonna be pretty hard. I'm looking for more in the 2-3 range. 1 would be excellent. I know there's a few 1 cost ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can discard cards. We will discard the whole hand, all 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. To get 1, 2, 3, 4 power. We'll buy this other location, Blackgate Prison. New card comes out. There we go. Cheap heroes. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Look at the top card. I may discard it. We will. Yeah. 2, 3 power total and 2 vulnerabilities. With that, we will buy Sledgehammer because there's going to be a few cards we want to destroy in there. We have to shuffle this deck, get a new card out here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, huh? With 6, we will buy Captain Atom. And we'll use that to draw 1 more card this next turn. So we'll be at 6 cards this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully of those 6, we can afford all 3 of these heroes. And then there'll be 8 cards next turn, which hopefully gets rid of Avatar of the Rot. Alright, I can discard and draw cards. We're going to just discard 1, 2, 3. You know, let's just discard the whole hand. So all 5 cards gone. 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are we looking at here? Quiver of Arrows. Look at the top. May discard it. Go ahead, discard that with 1, 2, 3, and 4 power. Not what I wanted to have, but we'll get Giant Growth out of here. New card has to come out. Ooh, it's got an attack. Each foe puts a location he controls into his discard pile. If none do draw a card. Well, no one's going to draw a card. AI doesn't draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, we're going to discard this whole... We'll discard just the weakness and vulnerability to draw 2 cards. Alright, 1, 2, 3 power. That's enough to buy invulnerable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3. Look at the top. I may discard it. We'll leave it there. 3 power. This is getting harder and harder, it seems. We'll buy Quiver of Arrows. I don't really want it, but gonna have to buy something or we're gonna get doomed pretty fast. Doomed, I say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goodbye to Avatar of the Rot. Alright, now things are looking up. We can afford all the cards we need to right now. It happened. Whew. New card comes out. Magician's Corset. I actually like that card. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we looking at? Quiver of Arrows. Let's look at the top card. We may discard it. We will leave that there. 1, 2, 3, 4 power. That's enough to get this villain out of here, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we can get rid of Royal Flush Gang, this is over. 2, 4, 5. Royal Flush Gang is ours. That means there are no villains out here, which means all of my cards are destroyed. Every single one of them. I'm just going to separate these ones out. Destroyed. Destroyed. Boom. And this is my new deck. This deck here is mine. After all that. Okay. We're going to probably beat the next couple crises and villains very easily because we have a pretty strong deck now. There is garbage in here. I mean, we had to buy garbage just to get through that. But between Lex Luthor's ability and some destruction cards in here, we'll have some strong hands and get rid of the weak ones along the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do we got? Okay, we'll put Bell Rev out. Bell Rev is going to give us +1 on all villains played. And we'll do that right now. 4, right here. 4 power. This, I can gain a card of cost 4 or less. We will gain Element Woman. So that's 4 power. I can discard a card. I'm going to discard this one and then draw a card. 5, 6. I should have tried to beat the Crisis. That's my bad. I really messed that turn up. That's okay. We'll get rid of Magician's Corset, or gain Magician's Corset, I should say. And next turn, we should get rid of Arkham Breakout. He said just as he drew a villain. Okay, he did it. Good. Good, good. Well, we have 5 different cards, which I believe is the single-player stipulation of Arkham Breakout. I'm just going to double-check that. Where is it? At the start of your turn, discard your hand. Remove this Crisis if each of those cards has a different name. These are 5 distinctly different cards. Goodbye, Arkham Breakout. Hello, next turn. We didn't buy a card, though, so 2 cards have to come out. Because of Ghul. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is a very villain-heavy hand. Draw a card because of Johnny Quick. Then draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards because of Royal Flush Gang. We will discard... We'll discard Giganta and Killer Frost. No, we should use those. We'll discard this Kick, and we will discard... Yeah, we'll discard Killer Frost. No, we'll keep Killer... Oh, it's so hard to choose sometimes. Alright, so we have this. So now we get non-kick superpowers give us +1 and villains. So we are at 1, 2 power right now. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And then we're going to use magic on Strife here to get us to 8. And that's 9 because it is a superpower. That is goodbye. All right, did I do my math right? Just want to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're doubling up on this one for 9. Yes, that is enough to get rid of Ra's al Ghul. All right, get our hand ready for next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully one of those defense cards we bought are available. Is it? Nope. Nah. All right, let's see what this crisis is. Countdown. Good time for that. At the start of your turn, put a card with cost 1 or greater from your hand into the lineup. Your team must destroy cards with cost 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Let's just set that up right now. So we have a 7 cost card. We have a 6 cost card. 5. We have a 4. We'll do this 4 though. Do we have a 3 and a 2? There are currently no 3s, but there are a few 2s. Anything I want to substitute out? I'd rather do this 2 instead. And I think that is all we got right now. That's it for that. Alright, so now it's the villain's turn. Well, the villain's first appearance attack, it's Parallax. Each player reveals his hand and discards all cards of cost 3 or less. Ugh, that's a good portion of my hand. Goodbye. Now it's the beginning of my turn, and I have to. Your team must destroy cards in the lineup with cost 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, I also have to add a card from the beginning of my turn. We'll add Animal Man. Now, I can gain a card with cost 5 or less from the destroyed pile. If I choose not to, +2. Do I want any of those cards I destroyed earlier? I don't. We'll go just the +2, and we'll buy Vibe. And since it's a hero, we'll draw an extra card next turn. So we'll draw 6 cards. New card coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because of Final Countdown, we have to put something out there. We will put out Steel because he costs 3. I still have to beat Psycho Pirate before we can get rid of Final Countdown. But that's a good start. Reveal top 2 cards of your deck. Draw 1 and put the other on top of your deck or destroy it. We will draw Giant Growth, and we will leave Invulnerable up here. Alright? No, we'll destroy it. So that's 2 power? That's no power. Alright. Now we can destroy a card in our hand or discard pile. We can gain a card of that cost or less. We'll destroy Emperor Penguin. When you destroy this card in any zone, gain 2 victory points. 1, 2. I don't think there's any 1-cost cards out there, though. No. Okay. So we're at 1 power because of Transmutation in Central City. Got Blackgate Prison now to add to this. And that applies to weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Let's see how often I forget that. We'll play Vibe. I can put 1 superpower on top of my superpower or hero on top of my deck. We'll put just looking at my options, my many options. We'll put Element Woman on top of my deck. And now we're going to play Royal Flush Gang to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. For that, I have to shuffle my discard pile because I've only got 1 card in my deck right now. But right now we're at a total power of 1, 2, 3. And I have to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. One, 2. And we'll discard these 2. We keep Element Woman. So, again, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7 power. That's more than enough to buy Psycho Pirate. Get him out of there, and we'll also buy Commissioner Gordon. Why not? I'm buying Commissioner Gordon because he's cheap, we can afford him, and it's going to allow us to draw 6 cards on this next turn. And your team must destroy cards that cost 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 are gone. These are destroyed. I would have liked to keep that 6-cost card. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The one that was a Firestorm. But didn't happen this time. 1 card coming out. And I've got 6 cards from my hand this time. There's a cheap villain, or cheap hero I wanted earlier. Choose any number of players. Each of those players draws a card, +1 for each player who draws a card this way. Go ahead and play Killer Frost. That's 1. And then 2 because of Belrev. We're going to play Magic on Killer Frost. So making that 3, and because it's a superpower, that makes it 4 total. Destroying Killer Frost in the process. 5, I could put a hero or discard or a superpower on top of my deck. We'll put Element Woman on top of my deck. And we were at, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powers so far. We'll say 6, 7. And, yeah, 7 and 3 is 10. Nothing to play here. 10 we'll buy. What can we do with 10? We're going to buy 2 Animal Mans and a Steve Trevor, because that's 3 heroes, which means we can draw 8 cards this turn. With 8 cards, there's no reason we can't beat Parallax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8! About to make it even easier. Draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Get rid of a Sledgehammer here. And we'll get rid of Flight. Then we'll draw a card. Now, because we've played 2 villains so far, that means we're at 2 power. The Blight. You may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile if it's a superpower plus power equal to its cost. We're going to destroy power of the red for 4 power. So that is 1, 2, 3. Plus 4 power brings us to 7. I can gain a card of cost 4 or less from the lineup and put it right into my hand. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I have 2 signature trench coats to get 2 cards of cost 5 or less from the destroyed pile. We'll get Transmutation. And anything else? Psycho Pirate might be good. Because it's a villain, we would get 5 for him every time we played him, which is a plus for us. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll do Psycho Pirate. Might destroy him later. There's plenty of ways to do it. But again, we're at 17 power. That's enough to get rid of Parallax and also spend the 4 to get the Rot. Alright, new card comes out. Ooh, Man-Bat Serum. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. So, if you haven't heard yet, the reason I'm playing this is to make my entries this week for the Solo Crisis League. The Solo Crisis League is a DC Comics deck building game league, a weekly tournament that I run. It uses Crisis Mode, and it says, hey, this game, it's usually pass-fail. You win or you lose. Now, we rank each other on how well we won, using different measurable stats, like the size of your main deck, how many villains you beat, etc. With that, you get on the leaderboards each week. There are weekly leaderboards for rounds. There's season-wide leaderboards. That's 5 rounds. That's 5 weeks for a season. And then there is the overall leaderboard, which factors in all past games. It's a lot of fun, and there's information below if you're interested, or you can ask me on here if you want. Check it out. If you're looking for something new to do with Crisis Mode, this is what you should be trying. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that's a pretty good hand. New crisis is Rise of the Rot. At the start of your turn, gain a weakness, unless you reveal one from your hand. Each player must discard a weakness card. Also remove this crisis if the weakness stack runs out. Alright, and Brainiac. Do I have a defense? I do not. Each player discards a random card and then destroys a top X card of the main deck for X as the cost of said card. Ooh, that's not good. I have one card that costs 1. I'm really hoping that's the one that gets drawn here. I'm just trying to do as randomly as best I can by shuffling these up without even paying attention. Blah, 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 blah. Which card should I do? This one? Cost 5. That was a terrible one to pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Oh, Crisis comes out. That one's not going to get destroyed. That was the one that gets destroyed instead. Untouchable Villain. At the start of your turn, put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. If it's not a villain, discard a card. Each player must destroy 8 cost worth of cards in his hand. Okay. Okay, so it's the beginning of our turn, and we have 2 crisis cards. This one says we gain a weakness, and this one says each player must destroy 8... at the start of your turn, put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. If it's a villain, discard a card. It is, so I have to discard a card of my choice. Okay. We'll discard Quiver of Arrows, because I don't really like that card so much. Very good. Royal Flush, gang. Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. 1 and 2. So that's 1 plus 3 is going to bring us to 4. 5 for being a villain. And I don't meet the requirements for its special ability. So that's going to be 7 total. We're going to get Man-Bat Serum, and we're going to get Johnny Quick out of here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Get a new card out here. And I have to gain a weakness for being the beginning of my turn. I have to add a card for Untouchable Villain. Okay, and what was it? If it's not a villain, discard a card. Or sorry, if it's not a villain, put the top card. So we had a second card if it wasn't a villain. Got it. So what was it to beat that? I have to destroy 8 costs worth of cards. Okay, that's what we'll do then. We're going to destroy Signature Trenchcoat just because I know I have another Signature Trenchcoat, and we'll use that to get it back. So that's 4, 7, and 10. You know what? No. Let's bring that back. Let's see. What can we do instead? No, that Johnny Quick's not mine. We'll destroy Captain Atom because I don't use him that much, and a kick brings us to 9. That's enough to get rid of Untouchable Villain. We'll play Royal Flush Gang, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. We will discard the Blight, and we'll discard Transmutation. We'll play your Signature Trenchcoat, so we're at 1 power total, and I can gain a card of cost 5 or less from the destroyed pile. We did just destroy a bunch of cards against our will. We'll gain Magic. Yes, we will. Yeah, Magic's the one we want. And 2 power there, so that's 3 power total. Enough to buy Catwoman, which would get us an extra card next turn and get us moving through this deck. We want to move through this deck quickly so we can get to those weakness cards and get rid of Rise of the Rot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. New card coming out. Have to gain that weakness card because of Rise of the Rot. I have to get through this deck. So, draw a card. And then because of Bell Rev, it's also +1. We can add a hero or superpower of cost 5 or less from the discard pile to the top of our deck. Don't see any I really love, so we just won't do that, I think. Oh, John Constantine, that's what we're going to do. There we go. So that's 1, 2 power total. 3, 4, and we are going to say that's a hero because we know it's a hero. All right, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Draw one of them and put the other on top or destroy it. We'll draw Psycho Pirate, and we'll leave Animal the Man there. So we are at 1, 2, 3, 4 power now. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I should have gotten that. I know what I should have done. Oh well. 8, 9, 10, and we're going to use magic on that kick. So that's 11, 12, and because of Central City, magic gets another 1, bringing us to 13 total. We'll buy Animal Man, bringing us down to 9, and we'll buy Firestorm Matrix, bringing us down to 2. And do I want Flight? I don't really want Flight. I could use another defense card, though. I'm going to buy Flight just for the defense card, but if it doesn't work, I don't defend myself with it, it's gone. Alright, beginning of my turn, we gain a weakness. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do we got? I'm going to put a new card out here. It's going to be the Rot. The Rot. I've got a few of these now. I interact with cards very differently. I keep forgetting that I can do the Blackgate Prison ability, which is look at the top card of my deck. Alright. So, Magician's Corset, draw a card. There's Flight. Alright, 1, 2. 3, 4 is going to count the 2. 5, 6, 7 because of Central City. We're not going to play Animal Man. Instead, we're going to say, hey, is the next card a... Once during each of your turns, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a vulnerability or weakness, destroy it and gain a victory point. It is not. But we're going to say, hey, the next card's a hero. And there it is. So again, our total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 total. I mean, we are well on our way to beating these characters. I just have to get rid of this crisis first. It's got to go. Okay. New card comes out. Ooh, Bizarro. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Finally at the end of the deck. Probably get some of those weaknesses coming up. Alright. I can use Signature Trenchcoat. Gain a card that costs 5 or less from the destroyed pile. If not, I can do +2 instead. I think I'm going to do Johnny Quick. Reason I want Johnny Quick is I like draw a card cards for one. That's always nice. But additionally with Bell Rev, he's +1 and draw a card. That's a good combination. Okay. So 0 power, 1 power, 5 power. I'm going to destroy this Sledgehammer, gaining myself a victory point, and I can gain a card of cost 3 or less. I won't. But our total power is 1, 5, 6. It's enough to buy Bizarro. I wish I had Bizarro earlier. If I had Bizarro earlier, that's extra weaknesses to get rid of Rise of the Rot sooner. That didn't happen this time, though. I feel like it always comes up after Rise of the Rot. Always. Alright, shuffling up these. This discard pile. This discard pile has got to be destroyed. It is way too big. Gotta bring it down to like the 20 card range, not the 30 to 40 card range it's in right now. Beginning of the turn means we have to gain a weakness card unless we can reveal one from our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can we? We can't. Alright. First up then is Johnny Quick, which is +1 because of Bell Rev and draw a card. Boom. Then we'll play Transmutation to destroy this weakness that we just gained and gain a victory point. So that's 1, 2 power now. 3, 4, 5, 9. I can double up a card. We will double up this Giant Growth. No, that's +3 every turn. That's pretty hard to beat. We're going to double up on Flight. So our total was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll buy 1 Giant Growth, sure. Because, like I said, it's 3 every turn. And a really cheap 3 power card, that's not something I'm going to complain about. 2, 3, 4, and 5. New card comes out. Can I reveal one from our hand? I did not, so I have to gain a weakness. I can put a hero or superpower from my discard pile on top of my deck. We're going to put this magic on top of my deck. So that's 1. And then 2, 3. And I'm going to say it's a superpower on top of my deck. It is 4, 5. We're going to magic that kick. So 6, 7. And then +1 from Central City brings us to 8. Then it's 9, 10... and 11 because of Bell Rev. What else do we want to double up? We'll double up on... we'll destroy Giganta. 12, 13. You know, I don't have to destroy anything. No, we'll get rid of Giganta just because her ability doesn't happen that often, and I want to make this deck smaller. So yeah, 12, 13. Do we want Bow Staff? We're going to pass on Bow Staff. Leave it out there. Let it rot. New card coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do we got? We have a weakness in our hand we can reveal, so we do not gain 1. So we are going to... what do we have to do? Each player must discard a weakness card. Also remove this crisis if the weakness stack runs out. So we will discard this weakness and say goodbye to Rise of the Rot. There it goes. All right. What can we do? We want to get rid of Brainiac. Let's use our ability here. Is it a vulnerability or weakness? It's not. We'll leave it there. Oh, I should have done that with this. Oh, well. Do we want to do this? This is worth 2 and 3 and 4. This can gain a card from the destroyed pile. Is there anything I want in there? It's a good chance there's nothing I want in there. It's got to be cost 5 or less, so not any card will do. Unfortunately, there's a few in there I'd like to have, but I can't anymore. Let's get Emperor Penguin, and then hopefully we'll get destroyed to get a couple more victory points, making Man-Bat Serum a little more powerful. I'm not going to play anything else. I mean, 2, 3, 4 is enough for us to buy the nothing that we want. New card coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, we will play Man-Bat Serum to draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. Hey, we're going to discard these 2 weaknesses, that's for sure. Then we'll play Firestorm Matrix, which is play a top card of your deck. If it costs 5 or less, you may destroy this card and make it an ongoing card. Nope, we don't get to do anything with that. So we're at 1 power only, 2 power, and we have 4 victory points, meaning Man-Bat's worth 4. So that's 1, 2, 6 power total. It's enough to get rid of Psycho Pirate. Move on to the next part. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, few destruction cards in here. That's better. Let's go ahead. We will do this Black 8 Prison ability. It's not, but we can leave it there. Magician's Corset means we draw a card. We can put a hero or a superpower on top of our deck. Is there anyone we really want up there? Hero or superpower, huh? Element Woman's been pretty good to us. Magic's been good to us too. We're going to put Element Woman up there. Then we can draw a card. Bam. So we are at 1, 2, 3 power so far. We can destroy a card. We will destroy this weakness and gain a victory point in the process. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 power. We'll save that for last. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 for being a villain. I just need to destroy a superpower that's worth 1 or more cost, and we will have enough power to defeat Brainiac. We'll destroy a giant growth, bringing us more than enough to defeat Brainiac. Well, 1 more than enough. I'll take it, though. I will take it. Okay. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do I have a defense card? I have one. It's Flight. Let's see if it works this time. New card coming out. Please don't be Kryptonite Meteor. Electromagnetic Storm. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. 1, 2, 3. Equipment cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy an equipment in hand. Okay, and Atrocitus. You know, we're just going to defend. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Yes, we're going to put Quiver of Arrows on top of my deck because it is an equipment that I don't mind destroying. And we'll play Royal Flush Gang to draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. Those 2 cards we discard will be Weakness. And the other one we discard will be Transmute. No? Yes, it'll be Weakness and Commissioner Gordon. So we're at 1 power. We will play Transmutation to destroy a card in our discard pile. There's got to be a kick here somewhere. Yep, destroy the kick means we'll get this this here victory point, and we'll buy Man-Bat with the 3 power that kick generated. So that's 1, 2 power. We can now contribute this here equipment to get rid of Electromagnetic Storm. Again, we're at 1, 2. We'll play Black 8 Prison. Is it a vulnerability? It's not. It's a hero. All right. We're going to say it's a hero. It is a hero. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll say superpower. It's a hero again. Should have stuck to it. I guess we will buy House of Mystery. House of Mystery. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. New card coming out. Emperor Penguin. John Constantine. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Let's do it. Can't do it yet. Gotta shuffle up our discard pile first. Shuffling. Shuffle. Okay. There we go. There's a good one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, don't have to do 3 or 5. What am I talking about? I'm doing reveal 2 cards. There we go. I can draw 1 and put the other on top of your deck or destroy it. We will draw Element Woman. And we'll leave Captain Atom on top of the deck, I think. You know what? No, we're gonna draw Captain Atom, and we're gonna leave Element Woman on top of the deck, and I'll show you why in a second. Now we play Firestorm. Play the top card of your deck. If it costs 5 or less, you may destroy this card. If you do, leave this card out. You play it in front of you for the rest of the game, and it has ongoing. You may play this card once during each of your turns. So we will play Element Woman. She meets all that criteria, and now we can play Element Woman every turn. What's great about that? Element Woman is worth 2, 3, 4 power all by herself. That's 4 power every turn guaranteed. That's pretty good. Okay. Whew, that's a good turn. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll buy this, bringing us down to 11. That's enough to buy Atrocitus. And we still have this card to gain a card of cost 5 or less from the destroyed pile. I might buy Emperor Penguin. I think I will. I'm going to buy Emperor Penguin. There we go. I'm going to pause there for a second. I'll be right back to continue with our next crisis and supervillain. Alright, we are back. We're about to start our next Crisis and Supervillain. 3, 4, and 5. I've been thinking a bit about my game plan. This deck is huge. So my game plan now is to use the destruction cards I have, and if a card is giving me 2 power or less per turn, it's gone. I want cards that just give me 3 power per turn. It's not a huge ask, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, it's not a great hand. Actually, it's pretty good with these destruction cards and these 2 powerful, well, you'll see. No defense cards, though. There are no defense cards here. So, Atlantis attacks. At the start of your turn, resolve all villain attacks in the lineup against you. If there are no attacks, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. Okay? Each player must discard 3 non-starter cards, each with different card types. Alright, and then this here, Black Manta. You may gain all equipment in the lineup. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Black Manta costs 3 more to defeat for each equipment in the lineup. That's actually a big deal because there's 4 out there right now. Each player puts all equipment from his hand into the lineup. I don't have any equipment, though. That's good. So, but Atlantis attacks I do have to do something about, which was at the start of your turn, resolve all villain attacks. If there are none, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. Okay. Anything else I had to do? Each player must discard 3 non-starter cards, each of different card types. Okay, well, we'll discard 1, 2, and 3 cards to get rid of Atlantis attacks. Now we have these 2 transmutation cards. We will play Transmutation 1 to destroy Steve Trevor. When you destroy this card in any zone, draw 2 cards and then discard a card. Boom. 1, 2. And we're going to discard a card, but we also gain a victory point because of transmutation. We will discard Flight. Then we'll play another transmutation, boom, to destroy Emperor Penguin. When you destroy this card in any zone, gain 2 victory points. We're just going to gain a 5 here and get rid of 3 of these. Alright, and we're going to use our Blackgate ability. It is not a vulnerability. So we are at 1, 2. With Element Woman, we are at 3, 4, 5, 6 total. Now we're at 7, and we have to put a superpower, or we can put a superpower or hero on top of our deck. We'll put John Constantine on top of our deck. So 7 power, and we have to get rid of some of these equipment to make him more manageable. So we'll get Cosmic Staff. We'll get Cold Gun, but I really want to destroy Cold Gun because I don't really want to use it. It doesn't do really anything in Crisis mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New card comes out. Okay, any kind of destruction? We can do some. Oh, these have to be discarded first. Let's see, let's do Blackgate Prison first. It is not what we wanted. Oh well. We'll play John Constantine. Reveal the top 2 cards. Draw 1 and put the other on top of your deck or destroy it. We are going to draw Royal Flush Gang, and we're going to destroy Catwoman. So, with Element Woman, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4 total. We'll play Royal Flush Gang, bringing us to 5, and drawing 2 cards and discarding 2 cards. We will discard a weakness. And we will discard... We'll discard Animal Man? No. Yes. No. Yes, we're going to discard Animal Man. Alright, so anyway, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put House of Mystery out here. That's a good one. 6. We can put a hero or superpower on top of our deck. Put Transmutation on top of our deck, I think. Unless we still have... No, he played him this turn. Transmutation it is. 6. We can gain a card from the destroyed pile. Let's go ahead and we will gain Steve Trevor. Because he's a hero, we will get to draw 6 cards next turn because we are Lex Luthor. Again, I already forgot where we are. We're at 4, 5, 6 total. 6, and we're going to go ahead and play Man-Bat Serum. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Does that beat him? He's going to cost, what, 3 more? Oh, I can't beat him. We spent Man-Bat Serum on nothing. But with that 15, we can spend 8 on power armor. And we will go ahead and buy bow staff for 3. I don't really want it, but it's going to make things a little bit cheaper. And we're going to go ahead and buy Commissioner Gordon. We don't really want him, but we're going to use Lex Luthor's ability to now draw 7 cards this turn. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's a heavy weakness hand. We will use our Black Gate ability. Is it a weakness? It is not. Alright. We can destroy a card in our hand or discard pile. We're going to go ahead and destroy one of these weaknesses and gain a victory point in the process. So that's 1 power, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get to draw a card because she costs 5 or more. 6, 7, 8 with Central City, that's 9. 10, 11, 12 with Bell Rev, that's 13. 14, 15, and we'll say it is a superpower. It's a villain. And 2 weaknesses. 15 is enough for us to get rid of Black Manta, who's going to cost us 13. And we have 2 left. We're not going to buy anything, though. Not for 2. Alright, new card comes out. New Man-Bat Serum. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My plan is to keep using these signature trench coats to get those those Man-Bat Serums back and keep this trend going. Alright. Do I have a defense card? I do not. So let's see what happens. A death in the family. At the start of your turn, destroy a hero in the lineup. If there are none to destroy, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. Each player must destroy a defense card in his hand. Okay? And Darkseid. Each player puts all superpowers from his hand into the lineup. Bizarro it is. That's it. Okay. So at the start of my turn, I have to destroy a hero in the lineup. We will destroy Power Girl in the hopes of buying John Constantine this turn. First up, we'll play Johnny Quick, which is 1 and draw a card. Then we'll play Royal Flush Gang, which brings us to 2. Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Those 2 cards will be... we'll discard Transmutation. And we'll discard Animal Man. I know it sounds weird considering everything I've been talking about, but trust me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and since that costs 5, I get to draw another card. And we'll play Magician's Corset, bringing us to 7 and draw a card. Man, I keep drawing cards. I haven't drawn a single defense card yet. 8 and draw a card. I can destroy a superpower in our discard pile. So that's 9, and then whatever I destroy is going to affect this. I may destroy a card in my discard. Okay. We will destroy Steve Trevor then. When you destroy his card in any zone, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So we are at 10 power. We get to draw 2 cards and discard a card. $10 power, draw 2 cards, discard a card. Let's see how that goes. 10 power, draw 2 cards, discard a single card. 1, 2. I'm going to discard this weakness. Okay, 11 here with Royal Flush Gang. Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. 1, 2. All right. 11. 12. Is there anything I want to destroy? I'm sure there's something. We'll destroy Johnny Quick to draw another card and get 1 for being a superpower. So that's 13. 14, 15, and we'll say it's a hero. It is 16. We're not going to play Firestorm Matrix. We need defense cards, so that's ours at Invulnerable. So that's 13 left. And what else? Oh, he's going to destroy heroes. That's right. So we will get Constantine, bringing us down to 8. Get Man-Bat Serum, bringing us down to 5. And that is where we'll stop for that particular chance, for that particular turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have to have a new card come out. And at the start of your turn, destroy a hero in the lineup. I hate to see it, but goodbye, Stargirl. And to beat it, I have to destroy a defense card in hand. We will destroy Commissioner Gordon and say goodbye to a death in the family. He costs 3 more for each superpower. There is 1 superpower out right now. Just the one. All right. Destroy a card in your hand or discard pile and get 1 VP. Then, we're just going to destroy this weakness right from our hand. Yeah. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She cost me 5, so I get to use House of Mystery to draw a card. And then we're going to use Black Gate Prison's ability. It is not. So 5. We can gain a card from the destroyed pile to get that Man-Bat Serum back. Ooh, or Stargirl. Stargirl's a good defense card. We're going to go Stargirl because I do like defense cards. And that's one of my favorites. In Crisis mode, it's especially good. So again, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can be at 10, or I can just gain the mallet. We'll gain the mallet and still have enough to also get Bizarro. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. So, Avatar of the Rot is 3 for a Bell Rev. Get the draw a card because of House of Mystery. Then, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Element Woman. 11 with Power Armor. 12 with Cold Gun. We'll destroy Cold Gun, bringing us to 13. And getting another power for Magic, bringing us to 14. 15 for Flight. Then we can gain, destroy a card in our hand or discard pile. And we were at 15, I believe. Let's go ahead. We will destroy this weakness. We'll get a victory point in the process. We'll just take this 5 and get rid of 4 of these. So 15 is enough to get Darkseid out of here, but also by the Royal Flush Gang. Destroy that. That is a good turn. Oh, before we do that, did we use our Black Gate ability? Did not, but there we go. New card comes out. New villain. 2, 3, 4, and 5. How are we doing? That's an okay hand. At least I have a defense card. Whew. Identity Crisis. Each player flips his superhero face down. Players cannot avoid the supervillain's first appearance attack. Each player must discard +6 power worth of cards from hand, then flip the superhero face up. Alright, and Hades. Each player puts the top 2 weakness cards. The top 2 cards of the main deck into the lineup. We're going to defend against that. Oh, we can't. That's right. So we have to. Each player puts the top 2 cards of the main deck into the lineup. Okay, 1 and 2. We'll just put these right up here and make it a little easier. Then, gain weaknesses equal to the cost of one of these cards. They all cost 4, so that's 4 weaknesses. Yikes. Ugly turn. Okay, so to beat, each player must discard +6 power worth of cards. Just discard? Oh, just discard. Alright, that's not a problem. 2, 4, 6 right here. Which ones do we want to do? 2, 4, and 6. Yep. Okay. We are going to play... You know what? No, bring that one back. Let's rethink this. Just rethinking. We're going to get rid of bow staff. That's one. Discard 2 of them, right? Oh, just 6 power, if that's right. We'll do Sinestro Trenchcoat for 2. For 4, I mean. And then we'll also do Animal Man. Okay. Stronger turn that way. And that gets rid of Identity Crisis. Now, we'll play... we have 4 here for Element Woman. Then we'll play Cosmic Staff, bringing us to 6. And because it costs 5, we can draw a card. And then 7, 8, and 9, because it's a villain. 10, 11 for this here bow staff. And I can look at this card at least. Yeah, there we go. Wait, wasn't I supposed to get my... Yep, I can get my superhero back. That's right. So we're at 11. We'll go ahead and we will buy Element Woman, which allows us to draw 6 cards this next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sorry, set to do 6. That's right, because we bought a hero. New card comes out. It's Killer Frost. It's Killer Frost. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. That's an okay hand. There's some stuff in there I'm happy to destroy, which we are about to do. Yeah. Alright, so Hades is going to cost me 12. We will play John Constantine. Reveal 2 cards from the top of the main deck. Draw 1, put the other on top, or destroy it. We're going to draw Avatar of the Rot, and we're going to destroy Mallet. Because we played a card that costs 5 or more with House of Mystery, we get to draw a card. Alright, so now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 power total. We can destroy a card in our hand. We will destroy weakness and gain a victory point. Now again, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we'll say it's a hero. It's superpower. But 14 is enough to get rid of Hades, and we shall. There we go. Let's get our next crisis out here. We're going to move through this real quick, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep destroying cards. I'm probably going to stick to buying just cards I actually want, things I can contribute to crises, and things that are heroes so I can get big hands coming up. Big hands. Alright, gotta have a new card come out. We do have a defense card in our hand here, so that's good. We have a new crisis. It's World Domination. At the start of your turn, resolve the current supervillain's first appearance attack against you. If it doesn't have one, discard a random card instead. Each player must destroy the top card of his deck. Remove this crisis only if each of those cards has a cost 1 or greater. Okay, that's easy. Lex Luthor. This attack cannot be avoided. Each player gains X weaknesses, where X is equal to the highest VP value among cards in their hand. The highest VP I have is worth 3. So between these last 2 villains, I've gained 7 weakness cards. Yikes. Alright, so to beat that, each player must destroy the top card of the deck. We have to get rid of these villains first. That's got to happen. So, 3 plus 4 is 7. 8 with Central City, but we gain a weakness. Then we are going to magic Bizarro there. So again, that was 3 plus 4 is 7. 8 with Central City. Another 4 brings us to 12. 13 with Central City because of magic. Gain another weakness, but we're at 13 power. Buying both of those. These at 8 brings us down to 5 power. Then 6 power with the vibe, but we can put a hero or superpower on top of our deck. We'll put Commissioner Gordon on top of our deck. Then we'll go ahead to beat World Domination. And guess what? He does cost that much. So goodbye, World Domination. We're still at 6 power. 7, 8, and we'll say it is a superpower. It's not. But wait, we didn't do Blackgate yet, right? I don't think we did. Once during each of your turns, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a vulnerability or weakness, destroy it and gain a victory point. Boom. Good turn. Still at 8 power, but I'm not buying those cards. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright. We will use Transmutation to destroy this weakness and gain a victory point. Then we'll use the Blight to destroy a card on our discard pile. I think we're going to destroy just a weakness. Yeah, we're just going to destroy a weakness. There's plenty of them to go around. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I could draw a card after Transmutation, so we will. 7, 8, and we'll say it's a hero. It's that. 9, 10. I don't think there's anything I want to destroy, so we won't play this card. So we're at 10 power, though. Nothing up there I want. Oh, wait. 10, but if I play something, I can get rid of Lex Luthor, because that'll be 11. So again, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who do we want to double down on? We'll double down on Animal Man. 11, 12, and oh, I forgot what it was. What was it? 13 for being a superpower, and it was a villain? That was a weakness, that's right. Oh, we didn't do Blackgate yet. Hey, look, you're that, and I gain this. But 13 is enough to beat Lex Luthor. Moving on to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep destroying things, man. That's all I want to do is just keep destroying all of them. Okay. New card has to come out. New crises. Do I have a new defense card? I do. Great. Wave of Terror. At the start of your turn, discard all cards that share the lowest cost in your hand. And then to beat, at the start of your turn, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Remove this crisis if each one has a cost of 1 or greater. Ooh, that's not great because we have a lot of weaknesses right now. A lot of them. Okay, let's see what our villain attack is. The Joker. He has a different one, yeah. Discard a random card if it costs 0, gain a weakness, and repeat this. We'll just defend against that with this. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Okay. Any card. We'll put... Oh, we'll put Animal Man on top of our deck. Alright, there's no villain, so we're going to attempt this, I think. Which is... What is it again? We have to, at the start of your turn, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Remove this crisis if each of those cards has cost 1 or greater. 2, 3, please no zeros. None of them are zeros. Goodbye, Wave of Terror. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good start. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get the draw card because of Psycho Pirate. 8, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. 1 and 2 to discard. Oh, we don't 1 and 2 to discard. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. I can gain a card from the destroyed pile. Anyone in here we want? It's possible. Ooh, a Royal Flush Gang sounds nice. Ooh, or a Man-Bat Serum. Yeah, Man-Bat Serum it is because that's just an instant win. With this number of victory points, there's no stopping it. And then I don't think I did Blackgate Prison yet this turn, so is it a vulnerability? It's not, so we'll leave it. We have the Joker beat. Get our drink of water and get ready for the next one. So far things are going pretty smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think that was 2 villains in 2 turns. No defense this time, so we'll see how this goes. But a new card coming out. New crisis. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. 1, 2, and 3. Hero cards lose all attacks and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy a hero in his hand. Okay. And our villain attack is Deathstroke. Each player must destroy a hero, superpower, and equipment in hand. Well, hero, superpower, and equipment. That's as easy as it's going to get, I guess. Okay. It's my turn. To beat that, each player must destroy a hero in his hand. Well, first off, we'll play Royal Flush Gang. So draw 2, discard 2. We'll discard these 2. We'll destroy Element Woman. Oh, we can't. We can't destroy Element Woman. Hold on. What can we get? Yes, we can. Hold on. We can. So that's 1, 2. Now, this gained 1 power for being a villain. This gained 2 power. I'm sorry, I gained 1 power just because all heroes just lose all attacks and gain +1. So that is 1, 2 power. That's enough to buy grid. So all the villains are gone. Then we'll contribute Element Woman here to defeat Legion of Doom. And that's the end of that turn. That was pretty good. Technically, I could have drawn another card, though, because of Royal Flush Gang. But I forgot. Forget that one pretty often, actually. Okay. Deck's getting down to a more reasonable size. We're actually destroying cards like we should. Let's get this thing moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. You may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. We're going to just destroy this weakness. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's use this vulnerability power. This Blackgate Prison didn't work. I can gain a card from the destroyed pile. We will gain Element Woman. Alright, so that is 5 power. 6, I can put a superhero or hero on top of my deck. Boom. What was it again? We were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll do it. So that'll be 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 is more than enough to defeat Deathstroke. It leaves us with 11. We'll buy Star Labs, bringing us down to 6. And with that 6, I want to buy Broadsword in case there's something that needs it. Maybe not. Maybe we won't buy anything. Yeah, I think we won't buy anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? We're going to buy Catwoman so we can draw 6 cards next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Increase our odds of getting a defense card here. We got one. Cool. New card has to come out. New Crisis. Kryptonite Meteor. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. 1, 2, and 3. Superpower cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy a superpower in his hand. Okay. And we get to Deal of Sinestro. Each player puts all heroes. You know what? We're going to defend ourselves from that. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, gain the bottom card of the main deck. Okay. Just gain it. It's the Blight. Okay. We will just get moving on this turn then. We have to get rid of villains first. We don't have any though, do we? Nope. We have to get some superpowers that we can contribute to Kryptonite. Kryptonite Meteor. So, Johnny Quick is 1 power and draw a card. Ooh, 1 power, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. We'll do Constantine. We will gain a weakness, and then we will destroy Emperor Penguin to get 2 more VP. So again, we're still at 5 power. 6, 7, 8, 9. Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Contribute invulnerable to get rid of Kryptonite, Meteor. And what power were we at again? I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's he got? He is +3 for each superpower, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh, that's 18 power. That's 28. No. Okay. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 power total. Let's go ahead and buy some of these guys. So we'll get them cheap ones. So it brings us down to 9. Grab this, bringing us down to 5. With that 5, we'll get super intellect. Okay, got a few superpowers out of there, making this a little bit easier, just a little. We'll do Black Gate ability. It was, so we get to destroy that and gain a victory point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New card has to come out. Ah, of course. Of course. Now, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can destroy a card. We'll destroy weakness. And because it costs 5, we can draw a card. So we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will use our Blackgate Prison. Is it a weakness or vulnerability? It is not. Again, we're at 1, 2. Where was I at? 1, 2, 3 power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we are. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 3 brings us to 13. We can double up a card. We'll go ahead and get rid of, Giant Growth. Giant Growth is gone. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. With 16, we'll buy this for 3. Bring us down to 13. Minus 4 brings us down to 9. And then minus 7 brings us down to 2. We're going to have lots of superpowers in our deck that I don't really want. Don't really want them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's better. Okay. Put a hero or superpower on top of our deck. Not yet. We're not going to play that one yet. First, we'll play Blackgate Prison. Is it a vulnerability or weakness? It is not. All right. Now we can put a hero or superpower on top of our deck. We'll put Transmutation on top of our deck. No, we should get something that's going to gain us some power. We'll put the Blight on top of our deck. That's what we're going to do. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. 6, 7, and we're going to say this is a villain, which we know it is. So 7. 7 and 3 brings us to 10, plus 1 from Bell Rev brings us to 14. We do get to draw cards. The first card over 5. We're at 14 power. 15, 16. Gain a card from the destroy pile. Again, we have 16 power. 16, 16, 16. Let's go ahead and gain Royal Flush Gang. So 16, 17, and I can destroy a card down here in my pile. So 16, we'll destroy Expert Marksman. 19 is more than enough to beat Sinestro, who cost me 13 this time, leaving me with 6. We'll buy Dr. Light. Don't really need him. We're buying him solely for the purpose of drawing an extra card next turn. Remember, we're playing Lex Luthor. We buy a hero, we draw an extra card next turn. So that's going to be 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I just want a defense card. That's all I want of all 6 of those cards. Any one of them. Any one. Not a single one. Okay. All right. New crisis. Dimensional shift. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. 1, 2, and 3. All cards in the lineup cost 2 more to buy. Each player reveals the top card of his deck. If any player reveals a card of cost exactly 2, remove this crisis. Alright, this one's pretty tough. I've had some really ugly experiences with this one. Alright, and our villain is Captain Cold. We gotta turn our superhero over. Each player flips his superhero face down. When the villain is defeated, each player may discard a random card. If you do, flip your superhero face up. Okay. First off, we will use our ability of Blackgate Prison. That costs 3, so we kind of just cheated. It's not cheating, it's using the rules to our advantage. We're checking to see if it's a vulnerability or weakness. It's not. We also checked its price while we were there. So we want to buy any card there that costs 2, which is none of them, unfortunately. Alright, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. We will discard Firestorm Matrix, and we will discard something else. We'll discard Psychopirate. So we are at 1 power, and we get to draw a card. Why do we get to draw a card? Because he costs 5 or more, and we have House of Mystery. So 1, and then with Element Woman, we're at 2, 3, 4, 5 power total. We're at 5 power total. We need to buy Superwoman and somehow get rid of Dimension Shift. 5 power total. Alright, John Constantine. Reveal 2 cards. We'll gain power armor, and we'll destroy Dr. Light. So, we're still at 5 power. We will do Animal Man. No. We'll do Magician's Corset to draw a card. Okay. So again, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. We use Transmutation on this weakness, gaining us another victory point. So again, 6 total. 7, 8 will say a villain. It's not. 8 plus 3, because of Superwoman out there, is 11. Plus 3 brings us to 14. Well, we at least got rid of Superwoman, leaving us with 5. We'll buy Man-Bat Serum for all 5. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need cards that cost exactly 2. Man, I hate this one. I really do. Alright, we're going to add Star Labs here to our lineup. So that's equipment, superpowers, and villains now. Do I have any 2-cost cards in my... I don't. I don't. Well, we will first off do Blackgate Prison. Is it a vulnerability or a weakness? It's not. We will play... Firestorm Matrix and play this card. Now every turn we can do Royal Flush Gang. Every single turn it has an ongoing ability just like Element Woman. That's pretty good. Alright, so we get to draw 2 cards. And discard 2 cards. We will discard what's the best thing for me to discard right now? I think the best thing for me to discard is Vibe and probably Super Intellect. Super Intellect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and draw a card for playing my first card over 5 this turn. Okay. Okay, Animal Man, 6, 7. I'm just going to start playing over here so you can actually see what I'm doing. 6, 7, and we're going to say it is a superpower. It's not 8 for that, but we get to draw a card. 9, 10, 11 for being a superpower. 12, 13, 14. We're going to destroy that. That's what I just did there. And we're going to try now to defeat Dimension Shift, and we won't. But 14 is our total power. I'm only going to buy cards that cost 2. That's my plan. And there are none out there. So that's that turn. New card comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I get for having just expensive cards, you know? Anyway, we have this going on. So we can draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. We'll discard this weakness. And we will discard, probably Blight. Can't quite tell. Yeah, we'll discard Blight. Okay, so that brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power, and we get to draw a card just for playing a card over 5. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to see if this is a vulnerability in order to use Blackgate Prison. It is not. It is not. But we will do John Constantine. Reveal 2 cards. Draw 1. And we'll destroy the other. Okay. I'm going to start playing up here again so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. 9. 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, destroying this card, and we will gain a card from the destroyed pile. We're going to gain a card of cost 2, exactly. Hello, Giant Growth. Actually, is there a vibe in here? Because if we can vibe a vibe, and have vibe every turn, basically. I don't see a vibe. No vibes. I did see some other heroes in there, so instead of Giant Woman, well, at least Giant Woman's worth 3, so yeah, Giant Woman will be the one. I forgot how much power we had, though. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 total. That's definitely enough to get Deathstorm out of here. And anything else I want? Nope. Nothing that costs 2. Not buying it. I'm not buying it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there. We're gonna be done with this turn. First off, though, is Royal Flush Gang. So draw 2 cards, and then discard 2 cards. We will discard Flight, and we'll discard. What else? We'll discard Catwoman. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we paid a card of cost 5 or more, we get to draw a card. Then we're going to play Royal Flush Gang again. Drawing 2 cards and discarding 2 cards. Again, we're at 5 power. Discard this weakness. And we'll discard Word of Power. So as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with this. And Game 1 VP for each other Royal Flush Gang. So that's going to be 2 Royal Flush Gangs, not Royal Flesh Gangs. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will play Vibe for 7, and we can put a card on top of our deck. We will put Flight on top of our deck. Then we will attempt to beat the Crisis. Oh, look, it costs 2. So goodbye, Dimension Shift. Goodbye. So again, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can destroy a card. We're going to destroy this weakness. 11, 12. We will save the Man-Bat Serum for a future turn and say goodbye to Captain Cold. We have to discard a random card on our next turn. We will go ahead and take that turn now. There we go. I keep forgetting I have Star Labs now. I get +1 on equipment. That is something we have to keep in mind. Let's do a little cleanup here. How can we help this out? Well, first off, let's clear off some of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's going to help. Boom. Man, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22 victory points is a pretty good amount there for our Man-Bats that we have coming up. Man-Bat Serums, I should say. And if to discard a random card, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to not even look at it and say goodbye to this one. Okay. And then with that, we get our hero back. Well, our villain back with Lex Luthor. Okay. New Crisis. Alternate reality. At the start of your turn, destroy all heroes in your hand. Gain that many random villains from the destroyed pile and put them into your hand. Your team must destroy 12 cost worth of heroes in their discard pile. That's pretty tough because we don't have a discard pile right now. All right. Then we have Crisis Anti-Monitor. Whenever a hero is added to the lineup, each player puts a weakness from the stack on top of his deck. Crisis Anti-Monitor costs 1 more to defeat for each card in the lineup. Each player must defeat his villain to win the game. Defeat this villain to win the game. Also, there is add the top card of the main deck to the lineup as an additional rule for Crisis Anti-Monitor. Boom. So whenever a hero is added, we have to add a weakness to the top of the main of our deck. Okay. So at the start of your turn, destroy all heroes in your hand. There are none. First turn we're going to take, we're going to say we're going to use Blackgate Penitentiary. Hey, look, it's a weakness. Destroyed. And gain a victory point. Then we'll use Royal Flush Gang to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Discard Power of the Red. And we'll discard... Oh, we'll discard something else. We'll discard Signature Trenchcoat. It's not doing much right now. Since that card costs 5, we get to draw a card. It's another weakness. Oh well. But that brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get to draw a card for 6. And since it's an equipment, brings us to 7. Eight, 9. Reveal 2 cards. Draw 1. Destroy the other. We will just draw this. We'll leave Vibe there. So we're at 9. 10 and draw a card. We will use Transmutation. And we will destroy this Power of the Red. Gain a victory point. And we can get a card of cost 4 or less. We'll gain Stargirl. And I forgot what we're at. So we're going to do a little math real quick. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 power right now. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... 19, we'll get Steve Trevor over here, bringing us down to 18. Get rid of Pandora, bring us down to 11. Get rid of Power Girl, bring us down to 6. And what do we want to buy from that? We'll go ahead and we will buy a Broadsword. Bring us down to 0. Now, before we end our turn, we still have one card we haven't played yet anyway. I must destroy 12 cost worth of heroes from my discard pile. That should be plenty easy right now because we have a 7 here. An 11 with Steve Trevor. And Stargirl will do as the other one. Bringing us to 15. We also bought 4 heroes so we can draw 4 extra cards next turn. Now, when I destroy a card on his own, so when I destroy Steve Trevor, I get to draw 2 cards and discard a card. So now we get to draw 2 cards. We'll discard this weakness. And we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power still. Oh wait, alternate reality is gone. We still have 5 power. With that, we'll buy Cosmic Staff. And again, we bought what? 1, 2, 3, 4 heroes. So we're going to draw 9 cards next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And we have to add an additional card because of Crisis Anti-Monitor's ongoing ability when solo play. This is over, but let's just see how badly this goes for him. Alright, so Royal Flush Gang is draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. We will discard. Oh, what do we want to discard? We'll discard the Blight and Super Intellect. Okay? And we get to draw a card for playing a card that costs 5 or more. Then we're going to play another Royal Flush Gang to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. We'll discard Transmutation and we'll discard Giant Growth. Yeah. Then we'll play John Constantine to reveal the top 2 cards. I can draw 1 and destroy the other or leave it there. We'll draw Vibe. We'll play Vibe to put a superpower, or a hero on top of my deck. We'll put Vibe on top of my deck. Then we'll play Royal Flush Gang to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. We will discard. Oh, man, I guess we'll discard Signature Trenchcoat and we'll discard a Power Armor. We're not going to need it, as powerful as it is. Then we'll play Vibe to put a hero or superpower on top of our deck. Element Woman's good. Ooh, Constantine's better, at least from my perspective. Yeah, I'll put Constantine up there. So what are we at power-wise? I've lost much track of this. So we started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 power so far. 11, 12, and we'll say it's a hero. 12 power. Then John Constantine. Reveal 2. Draw 1, leave the other on top. 13, 14, it's a superpower. 14 and 3 is 17. 14 and 4 is 18 because of this. 18 and 4 because of this brings us to 22. Then we can destroy 2 of these cards. We'll destroy these 2, bringing 8 more, bringing us to 30. And then we'll play 2 Man-Bat Serums to bring us to 31, 32, 42, 47, 48, 53, 54, 55, 56, saying goodbye, Crisis Anti-Monitor, with 56 power drawn on that last turn, played on that last turn. How many cards did we play? We played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards, and 56 power. That is a good hand. I wish that happened every hand. No, I don't. That'd be boring. Anyway, I had a great time. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I hope you enjoyed the idea of the Solo Crisis League. Again, it takes this concept of a win-loss condition game and says, hey, how well did you win, or how badly did you lose? It ranks people against each other on their ability and how they ranked that week. This is my second entry this week. I'll do another one probably maybe tomorrow, probably later in the week. It'll be my third entry for the week. You get 3 entries every week, and I do my 3 live here for you. If you have any questions, you can always reach out. There's links below if you want to look just on your own. And I hope you enjoy yourself. Have a good night.